Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for a brand new show. Those of you who are patrons, you already kind of know what's going on. For the uninitiated, however, let me tell you a little story, spin you a little yarn. A long time ago on a YouTube channel far, far away, actually really not that far, you can literally click the button, it's like right there and you get to the channel. It's right there, but far, far away, there was a utopia of anime reactions. Diversity and difference was celebrated. Weekly show slots were themed, ensuring continued diversity in the channel's output. But a creeping plague, a slow-spreading, insidious darkness, was infecting the channel. It started at the edges. One poll slot fell, then another. Before we knew it, the entire channel was threatened by this looming darkness. The source of the infection? The most horrifying evil known to weebkind. The powerful, seductive, sensual, raw, instinctual draw to cuteness, the unholy force known only as Moe. The Fighto Friday slot fell to Symphogear, then was overtaken by Revue Starlight. Sundays were overwhelmed by an endless stream of KyoAni animated perfection. Saturday became infested by cute camping girls, then cute adventure girls. Wednesday went from Chad Monogatari to weird as fuck penguin drum to fully degenerate flip-flappers. With most of the lineup overtaken by the unspeakable evil that is cute Moe, magical schoolgirls doing tank things and fucking adventures, the channel was surely slated to fall. Please ignore the dramatic increase in subscribers and views and watch time and patrons during this period. Things were terrible, I swear. Some members of the community began to take notice. A plan was put into motion behind the scenes. Forces were gathered. Everything was made ready for the fateful day. The one day that we would have a chance. The day that Yorimoi would come to an end. The last shot. The last chance for a balanced channel to re-emerge. Our one final shot. Execute order, sexy sex. And so the form of our savior was determined, the chosen one, destined to bring balance to the channel. Yu Hakusho. And so our journey begins. Okay, that was fun. Hopefully editing me didn't fuck that up too badly. I'm watching you editing me.
Yeah, whatever, man.
So, we're gonna watch Yu Hakusho. This is the longest show we've embarked on since, I think since Legend of the Galactic Heroes, honestly. Which is, oh boy, that's a thing. I don't know how many episodes per week we're gonna do. It's gonna be more than one most of the time. For this first week, we're probably gonna do one episode, just because I want to get a feel for the show, and there's probably gonna be a lot to talk about in the initial episode, because it's gonna set up all the things. Other than that, let's talk about Yu Hakusho and my sort of lack of a relationship to this show. This is like a foundational anime. A lot of people have this as one of their first big shows that they watched, in the same realm as like Naruto and One Piece and things that got people into anime. I distinctly remember being recommended Yu Hakusho by one of the first people that I ever met who was into anime. I've talked about this person before. His name was Ray. He was a really cool dude. Love that guy to pieces. Hilarious, wonderful bastard. We were both into Bleach at the same time, I think, and he told me about Yu Hakusho, this sort of thing that was like kind of similar to Bleach, because there are like ghosts and stuff and things. I never got into it. I never went and looked it up or watched it or anything, but he definitely recommended it to me. I was more interested in his recommendations of, I don't know, like harem shows and sexy stuff. But, now we finally come around to it, and we finally get to watch this show. So, going in, I don't know that much about Yu Hakusho. I know a little bit. I know some bits and pieces about some people who have worked on it. I know that Akiyuki Shimbo has some roles to play later on in the show's run, and we'll be on the lookout for those eventually, but I don't think those occur in, like, the first 50 episodes. So, geez. Whole thing is directed by Noriyuki Abe, which is great. That's a really solid thing to say. Noriyuki Abe is an extremely experienced director who's done a whole shitload of other things, including the aforementioned Bleach, which is cool. And then is eventually directed by Akiyuki Shimbo, who, of course, is Shaft. like, just, you can put an equal sign, Nakayuki Shinbo equals shaft. So eventually we'll be on the lookout for, like, stark monochromatic red scenes and blood splatters in black on red and high contrast, lots of red. But high contrast, really interesting uses of color and negative space and the things that make Shinbo's work look like Shinbo's work. And then some other things that I know, I've heard about Yu Hakusho as, like, oh, it's kind of just playing on the Dragon Ball formula where we go from comedic characters to we have the comedic characters beat the shit out of each other for your enjoyment, which sounds like fun. And that's basically all I know. I do know that our main character will die in the first episode with one of the early introductions of, I believe it's something like Truck-kun's grandfather or something. We'll see. But that's basically all I've got. There are some promo images. Usually in these episode 1s, I like to go through the promo images. I didn't see anything that was super, mega, ultra amazing there, and I think that I want to be introduced to these characters as the show wants to introduce them to me. So I'm just going to let it fly. Some things that definitely stand out. There's the punkish redhead dude. I'm going to assume that he essentially works like an Okuyasu type character, where he's going to be an enemy at first, and then we're going to defeat him and become the best of friends. And I expect that he'll be kind of our member of the group who's really into fighting and stuff, but we'll see. Our actual main boy, he kind of seems punky, kind of seems delinquentish. He's got a bit of a faux hawk pompadour going on here. Little bit of a punk kid looking dude. And then there's this girl who, like, flies or floats on a broom or something, and she seems to be the what's her name, Rukia, whatever, the spirit girl person who's going to rein in our delinquent boy and teach him the ways of the Protect and stuff. That's kind of what I expect. Other than that, don't really know. There's this little short kid who's kind of badass looking with spiky hair and stuff. I don't know what his deal is. And then there are a couple of other characters, and I don't know what their deal is. Great. Now, the most interesting thing that I did for me when I was thinking about how I wanted to, like, research the show and look into things around it was actually the stuff surrounding it. So I went looking for all of the popular manga that started being serialized during this period, between about 85 to, like, 95, like, in there. Things that would have been around during the initial like, planning stages and initial run of this manga by Togashi. And again, Yu Yu Hakusho is by Togashi. He eventually goes on to write Hunter x Hunter. If you don't know this, I don't know what you're doing. But it's an important thing to know. This is his breakout success hit. But what were the manga that were popular in the time period? What were the things that would have been influential or foundational for Togashi? Yu Yu Hakusho itself was serialized between 1990 and 1994, and then received its anime adaptation in 92 or 93. I didn't write it down. Other things in the era. Dragon Ball, 84 to 95. We're smack dab in the middle of Dragon Ball's run. It's had enough time to evolve itself into its super popular serialized form, and there's a lot that we can expect that Togashi will take from Dragon Ball, because it was just the foundational thing, you know? JoJo's was airing, or was being serialized from 87 to present, so had a few years of runtime. I think that puts us in part 3 when Togashi would have started writing. Might be in part 2, I'm not sure. Because part 2 is really fucking long, so maybe. Slam Dunk started serializing in 1990, Ippo in 89, Berserk in 89, Sailor Moon, interestingly by Togashi's future wife, though they wouldn't actually meet until 1997, started being serialized in 91, Saint Seiya ended its serialization from 86 to 1990, so there's possible influence there, around the end of a major series, and all that I'm really trying to say here is that there are like 7 extraordinarily influential shows that either started or finished or were in the middle of their run and highly popular during the time that Togashi would have been thinking about the basis and foundations for Yu Yu Hakusho. So I have to imagine that those shows or those manga would have some influence on him. What that influence will be, I don't know, but I'm expecting that Yu Yu Hakusho will come out as kind of an amalgamation, a distillation of a lot of the late 80s, early 90s shonen tropey things that we have come to know and love. I expect that there will be a lot of cliches here that maybe weren't cliches when Yu Yu Hakusho was aired. So we're going to have to be careful before we jump on certain elements of the storytelling and go, haha, we've seen this before. Because we need to bring our minds back to 1990 and say, yeah, we've seen this before, but would we have seen this before in 1990? Not sure. So, that's a whole lot of stuff to say about Yu Yu Hakusho, and also not much to say about Yu Yu Hakusho at all. We've got this huge series in front of us. It's broken up into an immense number of really big arcs that seem very, very different. There are a shitload of episodes, and a lot of people love this show that I've really never seen any of. Cool. This is a great place to start out and jump into something that a lot of people are passionate about. See if we can become passionate about it too. So, let us save the channel Teeaboo and bring back some manly men and shonen fighty stuff, shall we? Okay. I went and acquired some episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho last night. There were two versions that I kind of honed in on Ya. One of them is the sort of obvious choice, which is the anime RG RIP thing. It's got all of the episodes and a bunch of manga stuff and some extra things from the Blu-rays and some weird other stuff. It's got a shitload of things. It's like 20 gigabytes for the entire torrent, and it's pretty nice. There are like V2s to update for problems and things in this torrent. It's nice. It's cool. This is not the version that I downloaded. Well, I did. I downloaded the first couple episodes of it, and then I checked what the subs looked like. And I don't like them very much. They're kind of meh. So I downloaded the other version that caught my attention, and this one was the NP Complete version. While the Anime RG version is like 20 gigabytes for the whole thing, plus extras, the NP Complete version is like 100 gigabytes for the whole thing, no extras. It's big. It's too big. And there's really not much difference in like encoding quality between it and the Anime RG version, nor could I find any differences in the actual subtitles, except that the subtitles are really, like, they're styled a lot better. They're just so much better looking that for that reason and that reason alone, I am going to start off by watching the NP Complete version of Yu Yu Hakusho. Again, as far as I could tell, it's identical to the Anime RG version. It's the same, so if you want to download the smaller version and sync that up with the timer, you're welcome to do so. But we're going to be using the NP Complete version until somebody tells me that that's a terrible idea, and I'm a stupid for doing so. For now, though, that's the version that I've got, and that's the version we're going to start with episode 1 on. So, I have episode 1 of the NP Complete version of Yu Yu Hakusho in the Japanese audio with the English subtitles up and ready to go. It is sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. Actually, I should do the whole spiel, shouldn't I? So, this is an early access show. It's a poll show. Every week when an episode or reaction for Yu Yu Hakusho goes up on Saturday, another one will go up on Patreon for early access patrons the same day. So if you want to get a little bit ahead of the curve and watch an episode a week early, you can totally do that. Just sign up for the Patreon and throw some bucks my way and you get stuff. Cool? Cool. Also, there's a Discord you can get access. Cool? Cool. Okay, I've got the episode 1 of the NP Complete version of Yu Yu Hakusho up. English subs, Japanese audio, good to go. It's at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. You can find a picture-in-picture version with a video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy of this episode with the timer-based version, you are welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. Whoa! Okay. Groovy. I assume this is the OP for like a long time, so good. Okay. Oh, okay. Wait, who's that? Oh, I know that character. That's the girl. And she's wearing like a... Yeah, she's got a full obi on. Okay. The finger guns. I have seen poses of finger guns. That's a big monster. Making it with twin circles? What does that mean? No, he's got a sword. So is he kind of like that one dude from Bleach? The Quincy boy? Oh, he's got a vine whip. Is that a child or an old person? I really have no idea. Like, what? Okay. Creepy monsters give me almost Gunbuster vibes, weirdly. Just because they have no saturation. Ooh. Ooh. It's kind of funny how that shot has evolved over time. I would have expected a Masu. That's weird. Okay. Opening on Home, the city. Reflections in the windshield. Okay. Go stop. Oh man, we're right into it. He is just dead. Just dead. He's just dead. Well, okay. So we don't get to... that's interesting. We don't get to know what he's like before he dies. I guess he'll be the same, right? Might be a little late. No, dude, he came out of nowhere. I mean, we don't really know that. He's a ghost. Oh, you're a ghost. Oh, well, unfortunately. Well, shit. Hey, wait a second. That's my body. Yeah, I think we would all be relatable. Well, it was. Now it's a meat sack. Can he touch things? Can he interact with stuff in the environment? Or is he completely ghost? Sweet. All right. Well, that's a plus. We saved the kid. Oh shit, he's not dead. But he's about to be. Hey, hold up. I'm right here. Oh shit. Oh. Fun. Fuzzing the edge of the cell. Fun. Well, that did not work. You got dead. Oh, so he is a delinquent, and everybody moves away from him. And he immediately gets called to the office. You bastard! And he's just chilling on the roof, being a delinquent boy. Fuck yeah. Ah. Ha! Bruh. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna make it anyway. Mm-hmm. Always. Don't you know me? Okay. So... Oh, he's already gone. Oh my god. Well, there we go. And suddenly the show is dated. He got what he wanted. Oh, they're scared of him. Boy got a bad rep. They're childhood friends or something, right? Oh, stay away from the bad boy. He's not really malicious. I'm sure they're inflated. That's some GTO stuff. Yeah, he's fully a poser. It's lonely to be a delinquent. But he's the kind of kid who leans into it, you know? Like, nah, I'm bad. I'm so bad. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna come across some real punks. Oh, shit. Okay, so people use his rep as currency. Hi, I heard you saying something. Okay, will he actually beat them up, though? That's a question. Just to comment on. Oh, shit, this is gonna go so badly now. We were being beat up by the awful guy. Yeah. Holy shit. Whole world's against you. I see. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay. The world is bullshit. Damn, I dig his face. Okay, and this leads to him leaving school early. Was that the teacher? Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay. That's true. Okay. Everyone assumes the worst. Yeah, what is this corporal punishment bullshit? This is not okay, man. Like, is there a PTA? Oh. Okay, wait. Yeah. Alright. So he's all mad in his own head. Who's this? Is his mom? Sister? Nason? Eh. Mom of the year. Yeah, it is his mom. Holy crap. Alright. Okay, well, I'm coming around to Yusuke. Kid's in a fucked up situation. Oh, there we go. And it really isn't your day, bud. Oh. Yes, a fight. Time to blow off some steam. Oh, is this the redhead? It is! And he's got a theme song. What's up? Alright, longtime rivals. And you get beat every time, right? I would be afraid right now. Okay. Okay. Alright. Not yet, but soon. Sorry, bud. Yeah, really. Really, man. Okay, bud. Alright. Well, I think we can tell that he's gonna be a favorite. And here's our moment. Oh, he's so cute. Balls. Oh my god. You're the worst, Urameshi. But also, I understand. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Nothing? Nothing. Really? Shit. Okay, there we go. Good, yeah. Absolutely. You got what it takes. Okay, so he's a delinquent punk with a heart of gold. You know, he initially yells at the kid. All right, ball goes bounce. Kid goes run. Urameshi goes, oh, fuck. I literally just told you not to play with that near here. Well, shit. Decision time. Decision time. A selfless act. And that's what happened. And now we're here. So what's next? That is correct. Well, you're only mostly dead. Oh, I was about to say, straight up about to say, introduce girl, please. Boom, there it is. Because we're at the moment of confusion, we need an introduction of new information. And she's cute as hell. Because of course she is. Oh. It's a cool chibi eye catch. That's great. That voice, though. Boltan-chan. Okay. How long until he tries to look up her kimono? Oh, yeah? So, Togashi liked Pinpon back here. That was a long time ago. Oh, you got all the information? Stupid asshole. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh, she's great. You can't mess with that. You're a low-level bullshit kid. They said he'd be fine, right? Okay, but that's the first thing he really asks, right? That's what he's interested in. All right, we're getting a really clear picture of this guy's character. His starting point. Nice. Can you guys go and, like, maybe pay respects to the high school boy who sacrificed himself to save your child? Hey. Oh, you know so little. Ha ha ha. Hmm? Ah. Your thread was cut short. Okay, okay. Right, it doesn't make sense with your other behavior. Ah. We don't know what to do with you. Let me go to heaven. Nope. So your presence there did not do shit. Are you fucking joking? Yeah. I mean, yes, but this is bullshit. Okay, and that's how you sell it to him, but what's the reality? What's the catch, bud? Because this is bullshit. Honestly, yeah. Well, have fun. Yeah, have fun being a restless ghost. Just the floating around is wonderful. Okay, and she's floating on an oar because she's the boatman of the river Styx, or Sansu, or whatever. Got it. Cool. Yeah, completely content. The unexpected. Oh yeah. Wow. That is fucked, but also kind of true. Right? Everybody hates him. I know. He just wants to chill. Alright. Give him a week of boredom, yeah. Yeah, go watch your funeral. But then we get to see the, like, the possibility of after in the actual morning, right? We get to see that his mom actually cared, maybe. Or not. Or she's just broken. Or everybody's just laughing at him. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, Keiko cares, yeah. Okay. Is Kuwabara there? Is he hiding somewhere? Not showing his face, but actually in mourning? He's there. He's there. He's there. He's there. 100%. There he is. That's him. Yep. How dare you? You better come back so I can beat ya. Aww. Aww. True friendship. That's how you know he's the homie. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Fantastic. Please don't mind us. Yeah, you've had an impact, bud. Not quite. Oh my god. Oh my god. At a certain point, you can't let your name be dragged through the mud like that, right? Alright, alright. Who's that? Oh, it's the principal. He actually knows. Holy shit, Takanako is actually trying to fix him. Wow, he had his best interests at heart. Ah. Paying your respects. What will you say? Ah. You're the worst. Oh, buddy. Oh, he did have hope for him. Oh, bud. Yeah, mom actually cares. Could have shown that in life, mother. Really could have. But okay. Oh, they did. Okay, good. There's the... Yeah. Oh, fuck. Gotta make your choice. Going to sleep for a very long time. All sinking in, all sinking in. Oh, hi. So, you've thought about it. Mm-hmm. Well, shit. Mm-hmm. All right, we accept the call to adventure. Do we have enough episode left to do stuff with this? No, we just have accepting the call to adventure. So next episode is introducing the spirit world and stuff. Or whatever it is. Yep, the other world. Sure. Oh. Cool. But his story is not over. Indeed. Find out next week. Ba-boom. ED? Sort of. It's a preview. Wait. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Looked like Keiko and Kuwabara talking. Interesting. Hey, that's neat. Ooh. Ooh. That's stylish. I'm gonna keep going and silhouetting all the previous ones. Ooh. Crushing stairway. That's Spiky Boy. He's badass as fuck, man. Gives me Killua vibes. That guy looks like one of the first guys defeated in Fist of the North Star. You know, with the mohawk. Alright, Keiko. Oh, fuck. That would be a traditional Oni's club, right? Interesting. This guy is clearly similar to What's-Its-Face from Dragon Ball. Wait, that was an older version of the same character. Okay. Boom. Nice. Nice. Got some classic stuff to it. Also got some really solid storytelling. In particular, the how do I put it? The not frugality, but it's concise, but okay. I'm looking for a synonym for frugal. Prudent, stingy, thrifty. Thrifty could work. We could use that. Yeah, we'll say that the show is thrifty in the way that it introduces this fairly broad cast of secondary characters. Keiko, the other girls at school, Kuwabara and their relationship, these two delinquent dudes who suck, and are just using his reputation for their own gain. This teacher who just has it out for him and like actively maliciously chooses to assume things that get Yusuke on his bad side, right? And then the principal that sort of goes along with it and is like physically assaults him repeatedly, which is not okay. We'll talk about the ear thing because that's some bullshit, but we'll talk about it. And then of course the mother who is not only distant but just dismissive when Yusuke is like, yeah, shit's kind of whack right now. She's like, oh yeah, well then just quit school and also stop coming home. You cost money. Fuck off. Oh, thanks, Mom. Really appreciate the support and stuff here. So we get a really clear picture of Yusuke, but we also get a clear picture of how all the people in Yusuke's life see him and whether that's valid, because it's not, right? He leans into it externally. He leans into this delinquent persona, but in large part, we get this image of a character that's been forced into it, right? It's like, well, if they're going to treat me that way, then I have to anyway. It doesn't matter if he does good things. He didn't steal that wallet. He wasn't mugging people in broad daylight. He was fighting people because they were dragging his name through the mud, right? Every action that he takes in the episode is essentially justified, and we could consider it moral. unless it's an action that we can see how it stems from continuous neglect and everyone around him constantly assuming that he has the worst of intentions. That's a rough spot for a character to start, but it gives us a sympathetic in for the character. We get to understand him as we go through understanding who he was before, how he died, the actions that he took that led to his death. In vain though they were, we understand the motivation behind them, and it's pure, right? In fact, almost every action that he takes in the episode is essentially pure. It's just good. And then we're really, really frugal or thrifty in demonstrating for each of those characters during the wake how their opinion of him has changed or not after his death. And we get to see their true colors, right? Keiko really cared about him. Kuwabara really cared about him. Shocking, but pitch perfect. And then, of course, there's the asshole teacher who's still an asshole, or the two of them who are still assholes. But we find out that the principal had a bit of hope, right? He can't bring himself to praise him, but just the line that he says, that now that you're dead, you'll definitely never amount to anything, it tells us that Takenaka had hope for him, right? That he believed that Yusuke could be saved, that he could amount to something. And now there's no hope. That's fascinating. He also admonishes the other teachers for their behavior. So Yusuke gets a picture of all of these adults and other kids in his life treating him one way. But once he dies, once he's gone, once he's lost and they can't speak to him once more, the truth comes out. And finally, there's this. Oni-chan is just that, oh, well, my soul, my heart. Ow, it hurts. It's gone. Crushed. And beautiful. And lovely. So it cuts to eyes. Lots of good stuff. Botan shows up again. He'll do the thing, right? Yeah, he'll do the thing. Okay. The thing we shall do. Alright, so she rides an oar, which is interesting. Weird. Not quite a witch. I assume it's because she's the boatman? Or meant to be? I don't know where the Botan part comes from. Where's the origin of the name? Botan... Botan Japanese mythology. Let's do that. Okay, that only pulls up Botan Doro, which is the peony lantern. So is Botan lantern? Or button? Or peony? Which is a flower, right? Peonies are flowers, yeah. Okay, so she's named after a flower, I think. And in Hanakotoba, bravery. Botan is peony, meaning bravery. Cool. Perfect. Also called the flower of riches and honors, suitable to be a gift for the gods. Most religious flower symbol of China and Japan. Very good. Very useful. So that's Botan. And she's our boatman who brings people across the river. But he's in a weird position because his thread was cut short, and also he stepped in when fate he wasn't supposed to. Because nobody could predict him. So even the spirits are super fallible. That's interesting. Important to keep in mind, I think. Okay, we'll talk about direction and style and stuff eventually. I want to get through story beats first, though. Introduction of our character post-death. Literally the first thing that we have with him is his death. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat start. And then the introduction of that situation and then the jump back. So yeah, lots of little moments, very straightforward and predictable ones. I quite like this scene. It's just fun that they've blurred out the edge of the cell to make it look like it's going through the other cell. It's nice. It's well done. And lots of good framing, just all over the place. Also, just the timing of introduction of elements is really good. I mentioned it during the reaction, but like there's this moment after we pass through all of these situations that we see, and we eventually get to his death, where he gets to hear and hold on, what am I doing here? Wait a second, am I a ghost? And then boom, introduce Botan. She's just there. This is exactly the moment where you do it, and there she is. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. Hello, I'm cute. Yeah, she is. Daikachi is cute too. Alright, so she explains some things. She doesn't seem like the most experienced of spirits, continuously relying on her guidebook and stuff. I wonder if that'll come into play, whether she's actually relatively lower level. But she's got all the deets on him. You suck. You're a jerk. I've got all the information. But then we continue over and over and over to reinforce Yusuke's character. What's his first question? What does he actually ask about? He muses to himself. Am I dead? Am I a ghost? Is that what's going on? Botan appears, starts speaking to him. First question that he actually asks her is not, so what's next for me? What do I do from here? What does being a ghost mean? Nope, not about himself. Is the kid I saved okay? That's all he cares about. Heart of gold, baby. Heart of gold. That's good. And he is. He's fine. But he was going to be fine anyway. Well, shit. Okay, so we get the offer. We lay out the idea. And we get the most heartbreaking response possible from Yusuke, which is, well, I guess maybe I'm better off being dead. Everybody hates me. My mom will have a better time. Also, I died in vain. Get some great faces. Freaking wonderful. And there's just something innately funny about him just casually floating along, sitting cross-legged, just floating above the city. It's just goofy. I like it. Yeah, nothing good would come of it. I'm completely content about this. And she responds in exactly the way that I feel. That's fucking sad, kid. Holy crap. So she gives him time to see his wake, and we do. And we've already talked about most of the things there. Okay, and that's the whole episode. Introduce character, kill character, show who character was before character died, show that life kind of sucked for character, but he had friendships that he didn't know he had, and people who actually cared about him that he didn't know about. Meet Spirit Lady. Spirit Lady gives us an offer. We find out that they actually care. We accept the offer. And away we go. To meet a weird baby thing that also is a man, I think, because we see it in the OP, or in the ED, and he's like a baby man. Because there's this, and then on the other side, we see, yeah, he like fades out, and then it's a baby man. The fuck? And then he reminds me of, what's his name? Is it Chi-Chi? Or no, Chi-Chi's the wife, right? Chi-Chi is the wife. Tien? No, he's the boom boom third eye man. Who's the little tiny child thing that Tien fucks with? Chaozu. Chaozu. Yeah, gives me super duper Chaozu vibes. Totally. Okay. But also is a baby man. Weird. I know this character likes orange juice because Super Eye Patch Wolf has a video about it. That's all I know about that character. Also, he's real scary. And then we've got Yusuke carrying what I would call like a traditional Oni's club. Like a traditional big-ass red demon monster would carry a club like that. Specifically like that. With the wrapping on it and the ring at the bottom. So, that's interesting. Is that somehow related to his power? Because I thought his power was related to the finger guns. But a lot of what we see is him fighting hand-to-hand and stuff. Interesting stylistic stuff in this ED. Pretty cool things. I really like the whole like light show thing that goes on in this portion. As these like spotlights cover over the characters and illuminate them differently. It's really neat. And then flashes into the full thing. Super neat. Yeah. And then the OP as well. Oh, there are a couple things I wanted to talk about in the OP. I think we can talk about like stylistic stuff now. Because there's a good bit to talk about on that front. I like the OP. It's bouncy. It's groovy. It's fun. The first cut of it is like, whoa! It's a little goofy. Whoa! Just a little bit. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with a little bit of goofiness. Alright, characters going by. Very classic. Very, very dated. In a great way. In like the best way. And all of these scenes of actual combat and stuff are really fun. We don't get this a lot. Where there are just like unknown monster threats that we're fighting against in a cool landscape. It's neat. I assume that this isn't just elements of some chapter in the future. That this is just made for the OP to look cool. And that's cool. So his eyes are doing some crazy shit in this sequence. I want to see if we can glean anything about all the other characters' powers, just for fun. We see them all running together. We're going to have a squad. They're going to be homies. Okay, he's got the finger guns and also some hand-to-hand combat stuff. Finger guns go boom. Kuwabara has this, like, fire sword thing of energy. Reminds me of the Quincy stuff. His eyes go freaking crazy when he's fighting. So, like, each time he swipes, his eyes, like, jump to that position first. So I wonder if he's got some kind of, like, Naruto-inspired eye tech bullshit. You know? Or something. Maybe. Some kind of Bakugan bullshit. Because we pull out from his eye to enter the sequence, which is interesting. And then they're, like, flickering around a lot, which none of the other characters are doing. And they seem to jump to the location where he's about to strike before he strikes there each time. Almost as though he's, like, being guided by the eye. Or something. And then there's this character. I'm confused by this one. 1, is this character male or female? 2, is this character 150 or 15? I really don't know. But has some kind of spirit punch boom boom. Somewhat reminiscent of some Gon stuff that would come up later. There's this whole sequence of a shitload of monsters. Ah, yes. The rotating shot. I really like the way that he gets up and then the team sort of assembles around him once he takes his stand. This is kind of cool. Because it says something about the show, right? He's our heart and our determinator, sort of motivator guy, right? People don't stand behind him. Once he stands up for himself, gets his feet underneath him, takes a fighting pose, the homies come in to back him up. Cool. And then we get this rotating shot. So this is neat. We see these a lot, all the time in Shonen. But we don't see them quite like this. This is very different from the usual. And it really makes me want to go and find the very similar rotating shot from the first Hunter x Hunter OP and compare them. So, give me a minute. I've got some comparisification to do. And maybe I'll end up doing that in editing. We'll see. We'll see. But I want to find it. I'll find it on Sakakaburu. Okay, it's somewhat similar. It's got some definite differences to it. I think it's dot for frame by frame on YouTube. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, it's got some similarities, some differences, but we don't get as close to the face. It's a different kind of shot, too, because the character is running forward. But we do the same thing where when we actually approach the eye, we come up to it sideways, which is kind of neat. But we don't come as close to the eye. We focus on the mouth for Gon, because his like, screaming face is super important. Okay. And then here, it's similar and different. Focus heavily on the eyes, no screaming face. Boom to the full eye, ear, and away. It's interesting how this shot has evolved. It's pretty neat. We've seen a lot of that cut in the future, so it's a good thing. And then the whole squad. I really feel like Masu. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one. Maybe this feels right to you. But it feels like there should be one more syllable. It feels like it should be Masu. Just for fun. I know that you wouldn't pronounce the su, but you can fuck with that in Nihongo for songs to make them fit. Whatever. Okay. Stylish introduction of the death of our character. Good times. And then we meet his face. He's a goober. And he is way off kilter and confused. Because he's at an angle. He's also floating alone and isolated because he's a fucking ghost. Has no idea what's going on. Okay. Where do we start to really get the cuts of his face? It's once we jump to his actual, his actual life. He makes some great faces. Lots of good pouts. I like Keiko. She's fun. This one sequence immediately and instantly dates the series. Main character going for a panty shot. Ayy, get it, boy. Get smacked. He got what he wanted, though. So whatever. Okay, once we get to the sequence with the, not that, because that's fake. This. Where's his face? We start to get some really solid moments of Yusuke faces. Here, I think. There, yeah. This is the one that first starts to stand out to me. The portions of his eye where the line work has been switched to white are awesome. The little poof of hair that falls down is pretty dope. Just the whole interaction between the thick eyelash lines that make up his eyes and his curved eyebrows. Like, often in a delinquent character, you end up with sharp eyebrows, right? It's a classic thing to go for, is like the sharp line like this, right? But Yusuke's are curved, and they're curved down into the center like this when he's mad. It's cool. It's different. They give him a ton of character and create this really cool flow around his eyes. The whole like shadow around the nose is really nice. Really, I mean, it's standard, but it's really nice. It's crispy. The word that comes to mind for a lot of the faces like this is crispy. There's crispiness to them. And when the characters start to really like move in those close-ups, and we see close-ups of their faces really moving around, and the shadows moving subtly as they move, that crispiness is made even more apparent to me. It feels right. The way all the shadow moves and all the in-between frames, they just feel right. Okay, let's talk about the fake ear. This is the kind of thing that like, oh man. You know the really shitty nitpicky videos that are like, 10 reasons why Yu Hakusho doesn't make any sense. Reason number 4. Yusuke had a fake ear prepared. It's bullshit. It's ridiculous. Why would he have a fake ear? How would he know that, like, he just carries fake ears around with him in case a teacher oversteps their boundaries and tugs on his ear and he can escape? Come on. But who cares? It's fun. It's a fun gag. It shows us that Yusuke is resourceful. Don't know if he's actually meant to be resourceful, but that's what it sort of shows us. And then, of course, we get the moments that show us that he's kind of a bit of a good boy. He's not the worst boy in the world. He could be a much worse person. Beats up Kuwabara, who just wants to fight him, which is great. They will become fast friends, I'm sure. We meet the little child, and our initial response is to be a dick. Hey, stupid kid, don't run in the street. But the motivation behind it is, 1, keep the kid from killing himself. This is important. And 2, he really cares about the kid's safety and also wants to soften the blow a little bit by showing him some goofy faces. He's a goofball. He just never gets to be a goofball because everybody thinks that he's an asshole. That sucks. That sucks, man. Just trying to be a dude. Everybody basically tells you that you're the worst. Okay, and then there's this scene, which is just comedically wonderful. I have no idea what, like, okay, sure, yeah. Brilliant. Stay out of the street, kid. It's important. And then, of course, the moment occurs. He doesn't stay out of the street. Somebody's not watching the road. And a decision is made. In vain, for no reason. But it's made. And then we introduce our interactions with this character. Botan. And eventually choose to accept the call to adventure. So, away we go. Next time to the spirit world. I wonder if we will ever actually obtain a second life. And actually return. We know that Yusuke and Kuwabara are going to end up fighting together, right? I would assume that the other members of the squad are probably from the other world. But Kuwabara is currently a human being who's alive, right? As far as we know, he doesn't have powers at present. So is Kuwabara going to die and come to the spirit world? Or is Yusuke going to return to the normal world with powers and then Kuwabara gets powers? Or, I don't know. I don't know. Does seem like, I mean, it's going to be at least an arc before our boy can return to life, if he ever does. Interesting. Okay. All in all, I think that episode 1 of Yu Yu Hakusho has been a solid win. I like the characters as they're introduced. It's frugal and thrifty in the storytelling that it chooses to give us. It conveys all of the things that it wants to about Yusuke, his position in this world, the particular characters that we care about who are around him, and care about him or don't, and his potential future. Sort of not a Christmas Story. What's the one where A Wonderful Life-ish? You know, what the world could be like without you. Seeing the world through a different perspective. It's interesting. And we still have to sort of buck the expectations that are put on us. Because even the transition to the spirit world isn't something that frees Yusuke of his reputation. He still has the bad rep. It's all written down in the spirit book thing, right? He's a delinquent, he's a jerk, all that stuff. So he still can't overcome it by dying. He's still going to have to overcome it through his deeds. That's interesting and good. And I think good from a storytelling perspective. That, like, you can potentially overcome a terrible reputation via doing good things eventually. It's cool. Maybe don't sacrifice yourself, though. Do try to save kids if you can. It's a good thing to do, generally. Okay. Stylistically crispy. I like the characters. I like the character designs. I like the way this first episode, this first portion of the story is written. There are a lot of directions that this can take. And next time, we're going to be introduced to an entirely new world, an other world. Cool. So, that's going to be a wrap. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Yu Yu Hakusho Episode 1. I do hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week when we will start with Episode 2 and probably watch at least 2 episodes. So, I will see you next Saturday for more Yu Yu Hakusho. Hope you've enjoyed. Peace.